Joanne Pygott, and I'm doing an evening live tonight instead of morning. Decided to do evening because I thought of something I wanted to show you. I thought you might get something out of this. So I am asking, what else can you do with this concealer? First of all, we have a lot of concealer. This is the one I use the most. I use this one also. This is Concealer Zero. It's a very light ivory. I use it as a highlighter under my eyes and all different places. This one is Concealer One. Concealer One is a greenish tinted yellow, which will counteract red. So if you have red spots, you want to cover them, they kind of cancel each other out. This is Concealer 2. Concealer 2 is kind of my skin tone. And then I think we have like 7 concealers. We have all different colors. But I'm going to be showing you. Now, of course, you know what you can do with the concealer. Mostly what I do is I cover up these dark circles. You can cover up your dark circles. You can cover up discoloration. You can cover up blemishes. You can, you know what you typically do with concealer. You do something on your face with concealer, something that you want to hide. Most people, I think, use it for dark circles. Even if you don't have dark circles, you can use it for highlighting and brightening your skin. You can use some of our concealers that are darker for contour. Generally, we focus on the face. So do you even think about the fact that you can do other things with your concealer? What else do you think you can do with it? Okay, I'm going to show you something. Now, I don't normally do this because this is normally covered up by most of the clothes that I wear. But if I were wearing some shorter shorts or a bathing suit or something, this would show. And I might want to cover it up. And maybe you have some issues like this that maybe you might want to cover it up. So I'm going to move my camera here real quick. Let me get it out of my holder, and I'm going to move it to a little lower holder so you can see, hopefully it's just going to work. You can see what I am going to try to fix here. All right, I'm trying to make sure my focus is here, and I'm trying not to flash anybody. Okay, here we go, because I'm wearing a skirt. What I'm looking at right here, and I'm hoping you can see, is this right here. So can you see this? I hope you can see it. I need to take a before and after picture. It'll probably have to be an after and then after I remove it picture. So this right here, these are horrible spider veins. They're not, what are the other ones called? They're not varicose veins. They're spider veins. But they're pretty bad. And they're like just spreading around. So what do you do with this? Well, you can cover it with concealer. Did you know if you have something like this on your leg or anywhere you have it, you can cover this with our concealer. This is pretty dark, but our concealer covers tattoos. So if it'll cover tattoos, it'll cover this. So my legs, by the way, are pretty light. They're lighter than my face. Now my face, I would use Concealer 2. I would use that one because that will match my face. That's actually darker than my legs. My legs are like the color of Concealer Zero. So I'm going to use Concealer Zero. This isn't going to be a highlighter. This is going to be the match, which is that right there. And I'm going to take brush number 4. This is actually called a foundation brush. I'm trying to see what I'm doing here in the video because it's kind of out of my vision range. So if you can see this right here, these, and this isn't something I've put on here. These are authentic spider veins. All right, so I'm going to take this brush. I'm going to pick up some of our concealer. Now, our concealer is 62% pigment, even more than our foundation. It is waterproof and can cover tattoos. So I am going to take, and I'm going to, stipple this on. If you would rather use a different brush, you can use a different brush. But if you're going somewhere where your legs are going to show, and particularly if you're going somewhere where there's pictures or just some reason you're extra sensitive about it that day, or maybe you're sensitive about it all the time, you can hide that with this concealer. Oh my word, look at this. Now, I'm not going to go all the way around my leg because I would if I was actually going somewhere. But I can't see back there really well. But look at this. And see what it's going to look like is skin. Our concealer and our foundation was specifically made to look like skin. And I am actually not putting on a real heavy layer here. Can you see that really well? I have a glare, so I can't see because the angle that I have this on, I don't know that I can see it to tell that you're being able to see real well. And if you have an issue like this, or if you have a bruise, a lot of people think they have a bruise on their face, but you could get a bruise on your leg, on your arm, on anywhere. And if you think, oh, that just looks so terrible, you can cover up a bruise, you can cover up tattoos, you can cover up spider veins. Look at that. Just looks like my leg now. So then it is important, you know what I didn't do that I would do? I totally forgot. I would start with the primer spray. The primer spray will get it to stick better. Not that it won't stick, but it gives you, it fills in fine lines and pores, and it gives you longer wear. But I'm not going anywhere with it, so it's okay right now. So it is vitally important, though, if you're going to do this, don't do this and stop, because if I put, like, say, shorts or pants or, hi, how are you doing? I'm covering up spider veins. If I put on clothes right now, I'm going to rub that right off onto my clothes. Because this is a wax-based, and now that is not a candle wax. It's a plant-based wax. It's a wax-based concealer. So it's going to rub right off. It doesn't dry. I'm going to tilt this so I can read what you're saying. It is amazing. Thank you. Yes, it is utterly amazing. And the thing is I don't have this caked on. So I don't have a thick layer of it. There's my phone. Okay, there we go. So I'll have to call her back at her normal time. So it is vital, if you're going to do this, even if it's on your face, that you set it with powder. Because if you don't set it with powder, it's going to rub right off. Not only will you then not have this covered, you're going to get it on your clothes or something. So I would take, because I don't really want to add any color, I'm going to take the translucent powder and brush number 1 and pick that up, and you're going to just press it in here. That's also going to give it an airbrushed look and take away the grainy look. And I'm going to do that. Now, if I really, now, I mean, I can slightly see them, slightly, because I have bright lights on there. That, to me, is perfectly good enough. If you have something that you don't feel like it's covered good enough, then I would just do another layer here and then add some more powder. Then you're going to take your setting spray. I'm actually going to get this one. We have Time Setter. This is Time Setter for normal to dry skin. And then we also have one, it's normal, dry, and combination skin. We also have one for oily skin, but my leg's not oily. So it's a really fine mist. So you're going to, once you get the powder on, you spray this on. Now, if you think, well, I'll just skip the powder and do the spray, that will not work very well. Because the spray is liquid and the foundation or the concealer is, it's not really liquid, it's a solid, but it's wetter. Because it's not dry, so therefore it's a wet. So wet stuff doesn't set wet stuff very well. So what you need to set the concealer is powder. And you want powder with no silicone, by the way. If it has silicone, it'll slide right off of wax-based products. So then once you get the powder on there, then you set the powder, and I'm just drying it with my fan. Then you set the powder with a setting spray, either setting spray that you want. And then the reason you do that is you are then going to get 16 hours out of this. And you know what the best part about this concealer is? If you were, now I know it's not quite summer yet. It is in Florida, but it's not quite summer in most places yet. If you're wanting to go swimming, this will not wash off. It's waterproof. Isn't that astounding? Look at that. Now, the skirt that I'm wearing today goes past my knees, and so you would not see this, so I don't bother. I don't bother to do this because you're not going to see it. But if I was wearing something like shorts and I was going somewhere that I cared, you know, that I didn't want it to show, then I would do this. What about wrinkles? What do you mean for the setting spray, or do you mean for the concealer? This concealer does pretty well with wrinkles. Now, if you have wrinkles that show, they will still show. But it really shouldn't make them worse. If you put this powder that I'm using, also, now sometimes powder will make wrinkles look worse, but this isn't a high definition powder. It was created specifically for high definition television, and it is very finely milled, so it actually doesn't make your wrinkles look worse. But if you're using it on your leg for something, it's really not, you know, you're not going to see wrinkles that much on your leg, I don't think. All right, so let me move this camera back up to my regular spot. Hold on. So I have that concealer on, under my eyes. And you can see I have a few wrinkles under here. So it doesn't completely hide your wrinkles, but it doesn't make them look worse. So, you know, wrinkles, you cannot completely camouflage wrinkles, but you don't want to emphasize them. And this does a better job. It does kind of make them a little it airbrushes them a little bit. It does make them look a little better. Okay, so if you think you would like to try this, all of our products are 30-day money-back guarantee. That, by the way, I am really pale. That was concealer 0. That's the lightest one we have. If you are darker than me, you need a darker shade because you really want to match your leg color, of course, if it's your leg or whatever it is. This is concealer 2 right here. That one would be if it was as dark as my face. Or under eye bags. Yes, it will cover that. So if you have under eye bags, you can use this with under eye bags, but it's not going to make your bags go away. We do have skincare that can help tighten your skin and help with under eye bags a little bit, but that's the skincare. Makeup doesn't make your skin better. That's the skincare. It's hard to conceal under eye bags. It is. It's called surgery. It also is called surgery, yes. Or, like I said, if you get our skincare, we have some stuff called Sotox that has Sanji mushroom in it that'll lighten, brighten, and tighten your skin a little bit. Will it make it 100% like you're 18 again? Nope. But it can help a little bit. So, and like I said, everything's 30-day money-back guarantee. It's worth trying. So if you would like to try anything that you've seen or find out about any of our other products, put a sun emoji down in the video or type sun in all capitals. That'll help me to be able to find it. And then I will message you and say, what can I help you with? Also, if you think you'd like to be a beauty guide and do what I do, this is a lot of fun and can really be an asset to your life. You wish. I know. Don't we all wish? We didn't know how good it was when we had it. But then nobody does. I would be happy to send you some information. There's no pressure to join at all. I don't want anybody to join that doesn't want to join. But if you think you might be interested, you're not sure, even if you have 0 experience. I had 0 makeup experience when I did this. You learn as you go. It's all free training. It's online. You don't have to go anywhere. You can lay on your couch in your pajamas and watch 15 minutes or something. It's all at your own pace, at your own discretion. So it's very learnable. It's very learnable. You can learn to do it. So before we go, I am going to read a little devotion. I read this every day. And this is from a little book my sister gave me for Christmas. It's called Beth Moore Breaking Free Day by Day. And I want to make sure we get our little tiny, so it's very short, our little devotion in for today. But let me know, message me or put, like I said, put the sun emoji or type sun in all capitals if you can't find it. The foundation color is great for you. Oh, good. What concealer would you suggest? I forgot, what foundation color did you have? What foundation color did you have? Was it... Did we give you an olive? I forget what we ended up with. Tell me what color you have, and I'll let you know. Okay, so we are at March 4th, and we are reading our Bible verse from Song of Songs 4:1. How beautiful you are, my darling. Oh, this is great for today with a makeup live. How beautiful you are. How very beautiful. Behind your veil, your eyes are like doves. The face of the bride was always veiled in the ancient Eastern world. The lifting of the veil from the face was one of the most intimate parts of the wedding night. When Christ finally sees the lovely face of his bride, his beloved, he will not be disappointed. You will be a beautiful bride. The intimacy we will share with him is beyond comprehension. We do not know what form it will take, but we will experience oneness with him in complete holiness and purity. A knitting together of 2 spirits, perhaps. Until then, bask in the assurance that Christ sees you as beautiful and desirable. And I think one of the reasons that he sees us as beautiful is because if you belong to him, you're covered with his righteousness. So he sees purity because of what he did for you. Not because of your own righteousness, but because of his. Not Gina Beige, one up. Okay, that's olive 1. So we gave you olive 1. So if you want the lighter brightness, like to lighten under your eyes like I do, it would be the same as I use. It's concealer 0, and if you want to like match your skin tone, you want 2. So it's concealer 0 for lightening and highlighting, concealer 2 to match your skin tone. The one that's in between those, concealer 1, that's just a color corrector, which you could get that too. The color corrector is a greenish tinted yellow, and that is to color correct red. So if you have blemishes, red spots you want to cover, green and red are opposite each other on the color wheel. So if you put a greenish yellow on top of red, they cancel each other out and make beige. So that's really, number 1 is a color corrector. So if you want that, you want 0 and 2. 0 and 2, right. Those are the 2 that you want. So I am going to go, and let me know if you have any other questions, if you want any other help. I am here to help you. I'm going to have to call my mother back. She's wanting to give me her grocery list because I do her grocery shopping every week, I do it every other week. I only shop every other week, and tomorrow is grocery shopping day. So I have to call her back and find out what she wants from the grocery store. And then I have to eat my dinner. So I hope you all have a very blessed evening and go be amazing. And let me know however I can help you. Have a good night. Bye.